Trains, whether they're riding them or watching them, kids are fascinated by them. So to liven up the whole dining experience, a number of Chicago restaurants are now catering more to their choo-choo loving clientele. One of the oldest eateries in the area serving up their food with a little help from its electric toy train is Snackville Junction in South Suburban Evergreen Park. Next year marks its 60th year in business, and kids today love it just as much as when it all began.
When the train comes out with their food, they're just mesmerized.
I have 3 children, and my oldest is 7, and they all love coming here. They love getting the food delivered by the train. And the best part of all is getting the lollipops at the end of the meal.
Now it's up to the northwestern suburbs to another train-themed eatery. The Choo-Choo Grill in Des Plaines has been chugging along for more than 50 years now. Before she was at the helm of the Choo-Choo, Jean Paxton was actually a regular here.
I started eating here when my 13-year-old son was about 2 or 3, and just fell in love with it, and I would always joke with the previous owners, if they ever wanted to sell it, I'd love to own it.
The kid-friendly formula's still pretty much the same as it was when it opened back in 1951. The train circles the counters, dropping off burgers and fries along the way. And the Choo-Choo is having no trouble recruiting the next generation of little ones who love everything about it.
Oh, he can just let it all hang out here. Yeah, he can come, he can be noisy, he doesn't have to sit still in the booth or even at the counter.
For Paxton, seeing the big smiles on all of her pint-sized customers' faces is a wonderful added bonus.
We're watching little kids grow up.
Downers Grove offers up yet another restaurant with the rails in mind. It's called the Toots Steam Whistle Grill. And like the Choo-Choo Grill, the servers are working the rails, which are right here on the counter. It hasn't taken long for the new kid in town to make a name for itself. Customers are lined up every morning before 11 just to get a seat at the Toots Steam Whistle Grill in Downers Grove. The restaurant opened back in May, just across the tracks from the Downers Grove Metro Station. So kids get to watch the real ones outside and the toy version as it makes the rounds, dropping off orders along the way.
Unbelievable, the response. I've seen children vibrate with excitement. They're so happy to see the food come out on a train.
Usually it's tough to get kids to sit down and eat at this age, but he hasn't moved.
No. He loves it. He loves it. He loves watching everybody get their food and listen to the horn. It's a great place for him.
The specialties are the burgers and fries, but Toots also serves up other sandwiches like egg salad, tuna salad, and BLTs. And of course, if you stop by, you can be sure the little Lionel train will be dropping off a birthday treat or two during your visit. With tasty, great kid-friendly food and constant entertainment chugging around the restaurant, this place is a blast for the little ones. And you know what? The big kids too. For 190 North, I'm Lou Canellis.
Thank you, Lou. Toots has already opened in Ohio, and the owners are hoping to bring several more restaurants to the Chicagoland area. Now, many of our little ones began their love of trains with a tank engine, Thomas. Now, Thomas and his friends, they chug around the mythical island of Sodor. But our Doug Banks didn't have to go that far to find Thomas, because guess what? Many of the Thomas toys are dreamed up and designed right here in the Chicago area.
That's right, Janet. I didn't even have to take a boat to the island of Sodor. Actually, it was a relatively short drive out to Learning Curve Toys near the Oak Brook Mall.
This store is actually company-owned by RC2, the corporation behind familiar toy brands such as Thomas, Bob the Builder, John Deere, and Lamaze.
Now, this board shows the evolution of Thomas from a block of wood to the beloved toy. As a matter of fact, for over 200 Thomas toys, their design process begins right up the road at RC2 headquarters.
In our headquarters here in Oak Brook, Illinois, we actually develop the concepts for the next year's toy lines. We work on developing those and working on the marketing plans around them and making sure that the toys get everywhere they need to be so the kids, the Thomas fans, can enjoy them.
Yes, kids love playing with Thomas, but just think of those lucky adults who get to design all this stuff.
One of the real fun parts is working with the creative people that you ideate with, that you brainstorm with and exchange ideas with, and watching the kids play with the toys is also a real thrill. You see your products up on a shelf in a store or in a Sunday flyer, and you can show it to a little kid and they get real excited about it, so there are some intrinsic rewards.
While Thomas & Friends toys can be found on lots of retailer shelves, this particular store serves a few unusual purposes. Not only can it host Thomas-themed birthday parties, but for the company, it also meets business and marketing needs.
This store actually is more for us than anything else. It's a chance to just kind of see toys in action, watch kids play, kind of see how the retailer's life works and some of the challenges that retailers face. It's really just kind of a proving ground for us with our product concepts and a chance to really kind of help us understand the retail experience so we can make it easier for our customers to obviously sell our products.
And Thomas definitely does sell. Originally created by an Anglican priest in the 40s, this world of trains can now be found in incredibly popular books, videos, and toys.
As it relates to kids, I think that the fascination with Thomas & Friends really stems from the fact that the trains are a lot like the kids themselves. They are constantly trying to figure out how the world around them works and find their role within it. As it relates to the parents, I think they become infatuated with it because they sense the kind of old-fashioned innocence of what Thomas & Friends represents.
I think the idea of using the older school toys, it gives them so much more freedom to express themselves and to really use their imagination, because there's not all these motorized pieces to find and to put in place. They just track and the trains, and they just can play for literally an hour just going around. And as he's gotten older, been able to make layouts.
Not only does it allow for independent play with him, that he can just stand at that table and play, but he talks to the trains and he moves them around, and it's like his own little world that he gets into, and he loves it.
Oh, I love this. Sorry, Janet, I was in my own little world here, wasn't I? For 190 North, I'm Doug Banks.
Thank you, Doug. And in addition to those birthday parties, the store also does Thomas Movie Nights, the first Tuesday of every month.